Hello, my name is Ziad Rajabi, and today I'm going to show you how to leverage the Open XML file formats and the Open XML SDK to import a SmartArt graphic from a PowerPoint deck into a Word document. So to show you this scenario in action, let me show you a couple of documents I created. So the first document I created is what I call template document, and what this is going to contain here is just some text and a content control region here that I named SmartArt, which is going to contain the imported SmartArt graphic from my PowerPoint deck. Alright, let me show you the second file I have here, which is my PowerPoint deck, which contains one slide, and on that slide I have a SmartArt graphic right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this graphic and I'm going to import it into my template document. So how do I do that? So what I've done here is I've created a solution that leverages the Open XML file format SDK, and you can see right here the document format.openxml.dll. And what I need to do, there are several steps. So the first step is open up my PowerPoint deck, and that step is accomplished with this simple line right here. So it's opening up my presentation document. The second step is to grab the main presentation part. The main presentation part within my slide deck is going to contain references to everything else in that deck. So right here, I've just grabbed access to the presentation part, which will then allow me to get access to the slide right here that contains my SmartArt graphic. Alright, the next step is to grab all the parts associated with the SmartArt graphic. Because the SmartArt graphic contains a bit of information like the layout, the colors, the styles, all that kind of information, we need to go grab that information from the deck as well. So right here, I've just grabbed the 4 parts associated with that SmartArt graphic. Alright, so we're almost done importing all our stuff. The next thing we need to do is there's a couple of bit of information that is contained within the SmartArt graphic that's useful for us. So first, what we're going to want to do is grab the properties and some of the other information like the size. So the 2 objects I want to create or grab access to from the deck is going to be my drawing properties, which is going to contain the name and the IDs and all that kind of stuff, and then the extents, which is basically the size of my drawing graphic. Alright, so now we're ready to import it into the Word document. So to do this, what I need to do is I need to open up my Word document, and here you go. This line opens up my Word document. Similarly to the PowerPoint deck, I need to grab access to the main document part, which contains references to everything else. So right here, I grab access to the main document part. Alright, remember those 4 parts I grabbed from the deck? Well, the next thing I need to do is take those 4 parts and import them into my Word document. And you can do that very simply with the SDK with a method called addPart. Alright, so I've added those parts. I'm going to grab the IDs because I need the IDs. So right now I have everything imported. Now all we need to do is we need to add the XML within the main document part that will now reference this SmartArt graphic. So how do you do that? Well, the easiest method by far is to leverage something called the document reflector tool that ships with the SDK. To show you how to use that in action, let me go ahead and create a Word document, and I'm going to go ahead and insert a SmartArt graphic. It could be any SmartArt graphic. We could put in some random text in here. It could be anything. I'm going to go ahead and save this document out, save it to my desktop, close them out, and now if you go look at where the SDK installs, you're going to see several tools. One of the coolest tools is this document reflector tool, which I could then open up the document I just created, and what it will do is it will generate all the code necessary to actually create that document. And in addition to that, it goes beyond creating the entire document, but it allows me to go and show you how to create the snippet of code necessary to create a specific part. So what I'm going to use this document reflector to do is to show me how to create that paragraph that's going to contain my SmartArt graphic that I just created. So here's the paragraph. It contains a drawing, and the drawing, like I said, here will contain a bunch of references to those other parts. Remember those 4 parts that we had? And it's going to include the size right here, the extents. And this is the XML, and here is the C# code snippet to create that. So what I could do is I could go ahead and highlight this code. I can copy it over into my solution and run it right within the solution. So I went ahead and did that, and here's the copied code. All I did to change, all the only things I changed in here were instead of hard coding the extents from the SmartArt graphic I created, I'm grabbing it from the SmartArt graphic from the slide. And then similarly, I'm also adding the specific IDs that I inserted into my Word document. And at this point, I've just created my paragraph. So the next thing I need to do is just swap out my content control that I had in my Word document with the SmartArt graphic. And to do that is I first find the content control. It's pretty easy to do with this link built right into the SDK. And I'm going to find the content control that has the name SmartArt. Once I find that guy, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swap him out with my newly created paragraph and save out the document. So let's go ahead and I'll run this code. And now I should have an output document right here created. And if I open up this document, there it is, sample title, and there's the SmartArt graphic I just imported. So hopefully this cool scenario here shows you how to easily leverage the SDK to create your Office document solutions without ever needing to automate Office applications. Thank you.